Taking on gun violence in Cincinnati. It is a top priority for city officials after one of the deadliest summers on record.
Today, City Council held a special session to make some immediate changes in troubled areas. 9 on your sides, Tamika Artist is live at City Hall to explain. Tamika.
Yeah, those changes will be seen very soon in neighborhoods like Price Hill, Avondale, and OTR, to name a few. The goal is to cut down on violence and to save lives.
Councilmember Landsman?
Yes.
There was unanimous support today in City Council chambers to end scenes like this. There have been 41 shootings, 14 homicides. The two youngest victims, Cameron Franklin and Anthony Hinton, both shot and killed on the streets of Cincinnati.
We're obviously facing a pretty grim reality.
The plan submitted by council members Landsman and Sittenfeld calls for hiring 2 additional serve outreach workers, specifically candidates with close community ties and intel, adding more street lighting near gun violence hotspots, and allocating funds to neighborhood rec centers for extended hours at night and on the weekends.
I do not pretend that this is comprehensive or in any way makes crime go away, but I do think that these are all tangible steps that can make some difference.
Rukia Abdul Mutaklim also spoke about the need for trauma support in those community rec centers. She lost her son to gun violence back in 2015.
Hurt people hurt people. And when you are hurting and you feel that no one cares, there's no light, you lash out.
Chief Elliot Isaac said this right after the unanimous vote was taken.
I'm glad to hear a lot of thoughts, and I'm glad to know that council is considering some things and are really trying to work.
There was also talk of community center policing, specifically less of it. Councilmember Tamaya Denard says she would support more direct input from residents themselves.
We spend 2/3 of our budget on police, on public safety. For what?
I'm not suggesting that enforcement is the sole answer to this, but when you're in a crisis and you see gun violence spiking, you have to take some action.
All right, and part of taking action, the chief tells me that the department is short about 60 officers right now, although they do have a new class of recruits graduating at the end of this month. And he says that additional street strength should, we hope, help curb some of this violence. Reporting live, I'm Tamika Artist, 9 on your side.